Cameron. And I'm like, hey, Cameron. And he excited on the phone. Hey, girl, I heard you in Maine. I heard you in Maine. I gotta come see you. I gotta come see you. And I'm like, yeah, Cameron. Um, did you go back to the storage and touch any of my stuff?
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. My name is Rai. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. If you're returning, you're a real OG because it's been a minute. Been longer than a minute. Y'all, I want to tell this story time real quick. I gotta go pick up my son, so I gotta be quick. But I just thought about this story time like today. Like, it just came to my mind, and I was like, I'm gonna tell this story time before I forget it. So this is gonna be a story time about the time he stole my Tommy Hilfiger sweater. Now, let me give y'all a little backstory on this sweater. I was in high school and I bought this sweater from a thrift shop. I'm gonna try to insert a picture of me wearing it. I'm sure I could find a picture. I loved this sweater, y'all. So I'm editing right now, and I just found the picture of me with the Tommy Hilfiger sweater on. And I just want to say, y'all, that was me in high school, okay? So don't come for me. Don't say nothing about it. Don't say nothing about my natural hair, please. That was years ago. That was like 6 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I don't know. That was me in high school. Don't come for your girl. This was my sweater, and everybody knew that I love this sweater. So when I bought the sweater, I think I bought it from Goodwill. It was a thrift store. So he would always compliment me on the sweater. Now, let me get into who is he. He was my best friend in high school. We were very close friends. He is a part of the LGBTQ RSTUVWXYZ community. We don't talk anymore, but back then he was my close friend. And you know, he started driving his car early in high school, so we all used to ride with him sometimes, and you know, like, it was close. So he would always compliment me on the sweater, and you know, like, I didn't think much of it because everybody complimented that sweater. It says Tommy Hilfiger, and we're in high school. If you know high schoolers, like, unless you come from a privileged rich family, Tommy Hilfiger is like, oh, she got a Tommy Hilfiger, so okay, look at her. Okay, not really, but it's like, it's a name brand, so people like the sweater. So yeah, he liked the sweater. So yeah, a lot of things happened in my life after high school, after I graduated high school, that I don't even want, like, I can't get into it, or else this story gonna be 2 hours long, and I don't got 2 hours. But after high school, you know, I went to university. I took the sweater with me to university. I rocked it out over there, and some things happened in my life. I had to drop out of university. I had to stop studying. And you know, some things happened, and he was there for me through and through. I can't even deny that. 100%, he was there for me. He helped me out so much. He was a part of my support system. Shouts out to my support system back then. Like, I had really good friends. Like, we don't talk anymore, but I'm sure if I hit them up and we strike a conversation, you know, like, if we see each other, we might get it popping and stuff like that. No beef between us. We grew apart. That's it. Life happened. Yeah, and he was a part of that system, you know. I wasn't eating. He would buy me food and try to encourage me to eat, but I was so anxious and I had so much going on. He helped me move. He helped me, like, pack up my room and move out and move my stuff to storage. He helped me so much, y'all. So much. Like, he was there through and through. And I never questioned why he was helping me because, like I said, we were friends. So Anyway, I moved my stuff to storage, and I had decided that I was gonna move to Texas for reasons that I'm not gonna get into in this video. So, um, he helped me, get myself ready to go to Texas. I was living in Maine at the time, and he drove me to the airport. If y'all from Maine or y'all know about Maine, we lived close to Portland, so it was either you go to the Portland airport or you go to the airport. I think in was it either in New Hampshire or it was in Massachusetts. I can't remember. I really can't remember. But I just remember we had to drive out of state. And he drove me out of state in the early morning, y'all. Like the sun was not even out. It was still dark outside. He woke up early in the morning. He took me to the airport. He gave me a hug, and I remember I had a lot of stuff with me, and I left like clothes with him, and I told him just throw the clothes away. Like don't even go to the storage. Just throw the clothes away. It's fine. And we hugged each other, and I said goodbye and got on my flight. That in itself that's a whole nother story for real. But I settled in Texas. It had been, I want to say, probably a year later after I moved to Texas from Maine. A year later, I had my own place. I was ready to go and get my stuff from Maine, because at that point I decided, like, I'm going to permanently live in Texas. I'm not going back to Maine. I want to live in Texas. So I decided to book a flight to Maine and go to Texas, and book a flight to Maine and go and get my stuff from the storage and bring it back to Texas. So that's what I did. I booked a flight, and my other bestie, she picked me up from the airport. Okay, I just want to clarify that my bestie that I'm talking about, who picked me up from the airport, she is also a part of the LGBTQRSTWXWVYZABCD community. At this point, I wasn't talking to him anymore. Like, we would talk here and there. We would reply to each other's stories, once in a while we would talk, but we weren't talking consistently. So I had hit up my bestie that me and her used to talk consistently. We would talk on the phone, we would talk to each other every day. She picked me up from the airport, and she was going to take me to get my stuff from the storage. So we had to wait because the storage was actually another friend of ours. Is like, it was like a shack. Was it a shack? I can't remember. A shed. It was like a shed in her back, in her backyard, or like in the side of her yard, whatever. So she let me use that as storage. So we had to wait until like her brother or someone got home so that they could open it. So we were just passing the time. I was going around Maine saying hey to all my old schoolmates and friends, and meeting up with people, having lunches and dinners. At this time, y'all, I was pregnant with my son, and I had just found out that I was pregnant too. Right before I went to Maine. So yeah, and I had broke the news to my bestie. She was not happy about it, understandably so. A lot of people weren't, but that's another story for another time. Anyway, so finally time comes around, and she took me to the storage, and y'all, I took all my stuff. I didn't leave nothing behind. I'm sure if I left something behind, that the friend whose storage it was, she would have let me know by now. Okay, it's been about 5 years. She still ain't told me that I left nothing behind. So I'm pretty sure that I got all my stuff. Okay, it was a few trash bags and some other bags. I got them all. Okay, I got them all. And that night, after I got all my stuff, we went back to my friend's dorm because she was still staying in the dorms at this time. And I went to their dorm, and I started going through all my stuff because obviously I can't go back on the plane with all this stuff. So I'm looking through all these things to figure out what am I going to take with me back to Texas, and what am I going to leave here, throw away, all that stuff. So I'm going through, and y'all know what I'm looking for. My Tommy Hilfiger sweater. And y'all might be thinking, why didn't you bring it with you to Texas? Because it's Texas. Texas is hot. I don't need that sweater in Texas. At least that's what I thought when I first moved to Texas. Texas do get cold in the winter, y'all, and I did not know that until I moved to Texas. I thought it was just warm all year round, like the Caribbean. But no, it get cold. So around this time it was winter. It actually snowed the first day that I landed in Maine. The first night it snowed. So around this time it was winter. Yeah, it was winter. So I'm looking through all my stuff. I'm finding my Champion sweater. I'm finding my Forever 21 sweaters, my cropped sweaters. I'm finding everything, jackets, sweatshirts. And I didn't find my Tommy Hilfiger sweater, but I find the clothes that I told him to throw away and don't take to the storage. So I'm looking like, how did these get in here when they were supposed to be thrown away? Because I left them in his car and told him, don't go back to the storage, throw them away. So I called up my friend whose storage it was. I call her up and I'm like, hey girl, did anybody come back to the storage and, you know, tamper with any of my stuff after I left? And she was like, well, you know, pause. I almost said his name. I didn't name him. We're gonna name him Cameron. She was like, girl, you know, Cameron came by and he told me that you left some stuff behind that you wanted him to put in the storage. So I was like, what was it? And she said, like, some clothes, I think, like, he put them back in the storage. He said that you told him he could go back to the storage. And I was looking like, girl, no, I didn't. Actually, I told him the opposite. And I was like, did you see him take anything? And she was like, honestly, I don't remember him taking anything. And I believe her, because it was like it had been at least a year, like over a year, probably almost 2 years at this point. So I believe her if she said she doesn't remember. So I called Cameron and I'm like, hey Cameron. And he excited on the phone.
Hey girl, I heard you in Maine. I gotta come see you.
And I'm like, yeah, Cameron. Did you go back to the storage and touch any of my stuff? And he mute. Okay, I thought it would have been the Beyonce mute challenge. He would have won that challenge real quick the way he got mute. He got mute real quick, real quiet, real quick. And I was like, I see the clothes that I told you to throw away. Why stay in the stuff?
Oh yeah, girl, yeah. I went back to put them in there because I know you said to throw it away, but I just didn't feel right throwing it away. Like, I just wanted to keep your stuff for you, so I just put it back.
And I'm like, okay, where's the Tommy Hilfiger sweater? I don't see it. Did you take it? And he paused. Now, when you're innocent and you ain't took nothing, you ain't did nothing wrong, you ain't gonna pause. If that was me and I didn't take your sweater and you asked me about your missing sweater and I'm a suspect right now, the first thing I would say is no, I didn't. No, I didn't see your sweater. I didn't take your sweater. Ain't no pause. Ain't no breaks. No, I didn't take your sweater. I don't know where your sweater is. Don't ask me about no sweater. I didn't do it. My hand's clean. If I'm guilty, I'm going to pause and think about my response, right? So when he did that pause, I already knew. I was like, this nigga. I'm really like, this nigga. I'm like, Cameron, you took my Tommy Hilfiger sweater? And he like,
yeah.
I mean, at least he admitted it, but still. Why? Why my Tommy Hilfiger sweater? You know I love this sweater. I love it. Why my Tommy Hilfiger sweater, bro? You could have took the Champion sweater. You could have took anything. Why the Tommy Hilfiger sweater? And I'm like, you need to come bring it to me ASAP. The problem was he lived a few hours away because he went to a university that was a ways away. I was not finna ask my homegirl to drive me all the way to him over a Tommy Hilfiger sweater that I got from the thrift store. Okay, let me clean this up real quick. The reason why I did not want to ask my bestie to take me to go to get the sweater was because it was already late at night. It was like probably 9:30ish, probably approaching 10 at night. And it had been snowing, so the roads are snowy and icy, and it was so last minute and so like spontaneous. And like I said, he lived a few hours away, so that wouldn't have been fair for me to make her drive me there when she's been chaperoning me since I got to the state. So that's why I didn't want to make her go. And he wasn't gonna do it because he want the sweater. So I feel like he knew that I was like stuck between a rock and a hard place because I couldn't get the sweater. I ain't got no ride, and he ain't finna bring it, so I'm shit out of luck. So I'm just like, why my Tommy Hilfiger? Why would you steal my sweater, bro? Why? And he didn't have an explanation. He didn't have a why. He just wanted the sweater. So I hung up on him. And I look at my homegirls because we're all friends. We all know each other. Like, we all went to high school. We were in the same friend group. I'm looking at them like, Cameron really stole my sweater. The thing is, y'all, at first I felt bad about getting mad at him for stealing my sweater. But then when I was thinking about it today, and I don't know why this story time popped up in my head today, but I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I felt bad because I felt like, okay, he helped me so much. He bought me food. He took me to places I needed to go. He helped me move. You know, he did a lot. So I felt bad to get upset with him for stealing my sweater. But at the end of the day, just because you help somebody, that doesn't give you the right to treat them however you feel like, or to talk to them however you feel like, or to do whatever you feel like because you help them for free, or that you help them with a lot of things and now you feel like this is repayment for that. If that's the case, let that be known from the jump, and don't help anyone if it's not coming from the heart and you expect something back. Because just because he helped me out with all those stuff, which I was grateful for, and I'm still grateful to this day that I had friends in my life, a support system in my life like that to help me through that journey. But at the end of the day, just because you helped me doesn't give you the right to steal from me. That doesn't make it okay. And I was thinking about it today, and I was just like, wow, like that really ended our friendship. Like, we stopped talking because, well, you know, like I said, we used to talk, we used to reply to each other's story. After that, I really wasn't talking to him no more, and he would reply to my story once in a while, and you know, I would just react to it. I wouldn't like really respond, just react. And I had him on my close friend story, and you know what, like, he did something on my close friend story that made me, I'm gonna just say it. That's not even a story time. Not even a story time on his own. So I'm just gonna say it here. Like, he basically took a screen recording of something I posted on my close friends, and I just thought that was so weird. Like, you don't do that. If somebody put you in their close friends, you don't screenshot or screen record what they put in the close friends and then show it to other people. Like, that defeats the purpose of the close friends. So that really showed me that he not really a close friend, or like, I thought he was fake for that. And I think I asked him about it, and he left me on red. Like, he left it on open. He didn't respond. So the sweater situation really hurt our friendship because I felt like I couldn't trust him anymore after that. And then the close friends story, and you know, our friendship was very, very rocky before all of this. Like, we had fights about things. Like, we fell out a few times in the past before leading up to this. but this is ultimately what broke our friendship. And it's sad because, you know, high school friends, he helped me out a lot. I'm very thankful for that to this day. But you don't steal from people, point blank period. I don't care what they did or didn't do for you, you don't steal from people. I see him nowadays on social media. He looks like he's doing really good. He got him a boo, you know, he's doing fine. So it is what it is. I just thought about this story, and you know, it just kind of touched my heart because I was like, just because he helped me doesn't mean it was okay for him to steal from me. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the story. I don't know, I just really felt compelled to tell the story. Let me know what y'all think below. Do y'all think that I was wrong for getting mad and stop talking to him? Back then, I really felt bad for getting upset with him for stealing from me. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Please like this video. I do plan on coming back and telling story times and whatnot. It's been a minute. It's been a long time since I uploaded a video. I know life gets in the way. I'm a single mother, okay? I'm a single mother doing it all on my own. So I'm really trying, y'all, but I do plan on coming back. I gotta go pick up my baby. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.